you've been very generous with me in getting to know me, and we're talking and learning from each other a bit. As a non-believer, what rights do I have? Are there different rights for different communities? In other words, I think one of the things that I think a person who might be looking at YouTube and asking, what do Muslims believe about justice? They might be asking a simple question like this. If Islam is a faith that's committed to justice, if a person who's in a minority in a Muslim country, do they come under the same law, or do they come under the law of the ummah that they belong to? Well, what is ideally?
Okay, I can tell you that you have to differentiate between religion and culture. Okay.
Okay.
Some countries, they have Islamic law that rules, but they apply the culture. Like, for example, Saudi Arabia, they don't allow the woman to drive. Another country, Jordan, Egypt, Muslim country, the law is Islamic law too. They allow the Muslim to drive. That's the culture, that's the religion. Okay, any non-Muslim living in an Islamic country, they have the same right as the Muslim living in that country. If they are poor, they will be going to the system and drawing from the system. If they are being abused or oppressed by anybody, they have the same right to go and file a complaint and go through the system. Actually, we have more minority reaching to higher ranks in our Muslim countries sometimes than the Muslims themselves. So this is, and this is, don't take my word as face value. You Google and you go, right now the world is so small, you cannot...
can't run from anything.
You can't run from anything, and everybody can say whatever they want, and you can check facts. You will see that Muslims, in Muslim country, they have minorities. They are in high positions in the government, in the parliament, and everywhere.
Now I'll tell you a little bit about myself, Kamal. When I grew up, I had two friends that I grew up with, that I went to high school with, and we hung around together. At the time, I would have called myself probably Catholic, because that was the faith that I was raised in, at least as up to that point. And I had a Jewish friend, and I had a Baha'i friend from Iran. Okay, now my Baha'i friend, who was living in the United States, right? What is the relationship in your view? If you know, if you don't know, it's okay. As a minority within Iran, my understanding is that the Baha'i have always struggled for their position within Iran. And what is your understanding of that?
You know, my understanding, according to their law, it is everybody should be equal. Whatever the culture dictates, if there is certain incident that happened, like certain people get abused, or it could be like any country, or they have minority. It's like a hate crime that is committed here every day.
Yes.
That doesn't mean that everybody in that certain group are being oppressed. So this is, I would say, from my knowledge, is what happened.
Yes.